Hey, good afternoon, guys. I'm a little bit early. We under kind of the weather here in Pooler. Actually, we have tornado watch. Kind of bad weather down here. We'll be starting in about 20 more minutes, so we still got time, guys. By the way, good morning to everybody. God bless you guys all. Very nice day, blessed day to everybody, man. It's a beautiful day. Thank God that giving us another opportunity to be in His earth today. So be happy. 1, 2, 3, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. If anybody can hear me out there, just let me know. Just send something in the chat, and I'll see if I can respond to you. Thank you. In about 20 more minutes, so we still got time, guys. Once again, good morning to everybody. We'll be starting, actually, I think it's 30 minutes, not 25 minutes. So get ready to get in the chat. We're going to have a good time today. We're going to discuss a lot of good things, especially the Mike Tyson and Paul fight. So let's see how that goes. All right, fans, we got 12 more minutes and we should be up and running. I want to give a shout out to Wavy. Wavy just sent me a little chat there, so thank you for the information, buddy. I appreciate it. All right, guys, 11 more minutes and we should be heading live. I just started a little bit early just to test the video, see what's going on. Like I said, we're having bad weather here in Pooler, so we are actually on tornado watch and also a lot of rain down here. So let's see how this goes. I also want to shout out a little bit to my fans and my subscribers. Hey, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that, guys. Continue to do that. Thank you for all the reviews also. I appreciate that too. Love you guys, man. All right, guys, 5 more minutes. If you guys out there, man, go ahead and start hitting the chat. Once again, thank you for joining in this afternoon, actually 12 o'clock. I know you guys probably lunch break or having lunch, but go ahead and join in. Have your comments if you have any comments on your comment section. Thank you once again for joining in. We got 4 more minutes and we should be taking off. Thank you so much, guys and girls. Shout out to my sister. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Love you. Also, thank you to for Elvis to joining in. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Love you too, buddy. We got 3 more minutes, and then we'll be taking off with this, guys. Started everything early because of the weather. Like I said, once again, we are tornado watch down here. The weather's kind of bad down here today, so we will have no video problems. So hopefully, we got a couple of things to talk, and then we'll chat with you guys. Those that want to join in, go ahead, no problem. Like I said, we talk all kinds of sports here, so anything's on your mind, I'll try to respond as much as I can. What's up, Ray? Hey, man, thank you so much too, man. Thank you for joining in, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Like I said, the weather's down kind of bad down here, so 2 more minutes and we'll take off. I'll be talking a couple of subjects here, and we have an open mic for anybody who wants to say anything. So All right, guys, it's 12 o'clock. Thank you so much, those that have joined in already. This is Sports Night with Jorge. Couple of things I want to talk about. Some events are coming up. I think Netflix has a promotional fight with Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. I think it's going to be on July 20th. It's going to be, I think, on Texas, Dallas, Texas, AT&T field. That's going to be very interesting to see. If the old man still have it, and I think he does, don't be surprised he'll beat Paul. I mean, Paul has faced a lot of fighters that really not good enough as Mike Tyson. So I know everybody's gonna say Mike Tyson is under his age. He's very old, but you never know, guys. He could still fight. I tell you, when you fight a street fighter, it's a different approach. Uh, so that's gonna be July 20th, AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Dallas Cowboys. Netflix will be one of the sponsors that's going to sponsor. I think actually there's a couple of sponsors in there, but Netflix will have it live. So, but anyhow, how you guys are doing? I mean, I'm blessed, and thank you for another day, man, that God has given us today. You know, I'm glad to be in this earth. Take it day by day. Stay positive, no negativity. So you just gotta be yourself. And don't forget to love one another, guys. All right, we got some NFL news on top stories that a lot of players being moved around, being signed and cut. I saw a couple of players of the Dolphins. They signed the tight end from the Atlanta Falcons, and it's a good pick for the Dolphins. He's a good solid blocker. I mean, he's not like a Gasicki. I think his first year he had a good year. Second year he fall off a little bit. We signed also our punter yesterday or the day before. So Bailey's back with us. Um, Players that are being cut, and you ask yourself, well, if the free agency hasn't started until March 13, why players are being signed? Well, cut players is one thing, and free agency is another. There's sometimes you got unrestricted free agency, and that what does is once a team cuts them and let them go, they can sign anywhere. Okay, so normally they have a permission, and they have something on their contract clause that tells them they have to wait after free agency hits. Players that are being cut right now. I mean, Trubisky just signed with the Buffalo Bills as a backup quarterback. So everybody say why are they signing this? Well, remember you have structure of a contract, you know, renegotiation. So they try to get the cap actually ready to go. So hopefully it could build their teams up. Adding players and having money in the cap. So, but the main one is on March 13th. So let's see what happens. And once again, don't forget, 2 days prior to that, there's no tampering in the NFL. And normally we see a lot of that happens a lot in the NFL. So, of course, they're fined, their draft pick that were taken off, and then I think the owner will get also suspended. It depends how the situation goes. So, but yeah, guys, if you're watching hockey, you love hockey. I mean, hockey has been amazing this year, very amazing. I mean, there's a lot of good teams out there right now that's having a great season. The Panthers, the Bruins. You'll be surprised, guys. It's a lot of good sports out there, man. If you like sports, man, just get involved. It's a good thing. It's actually entertainment and having fun. That's what I tell everybody. You just want to have fun. That's all you want to do. Have fun. But once again, guys, go ahead and it's open up. Anything you want to chat, anything's on your mind this morning, you could bring it up. We could talk about. Like I said, I don't have much. I just opened this up today, so hopefully, I get fans and everybody get involved in my sports channel. A sports podcast. I do all kinds of sports: baseball, football, NBA, NHL. Once again, it's my first time. Actually, my second time doing this, but this is my first time live. I appreciate those that already have that I have in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. So any questions you guys have, let me know. I mean, I'm here to answer all your questions. So, one thing too, guys. When I say sports is entertainment, it's just to have fun, man. Don't get it serious. You know, I know you guys love your teams, like I love my team, but at the same time, man, it's just fun. It's just really fun. So I always tell everybody that at the end of the day, man, just be who you are and have fun and spend time with your family, with quality with your family. That's the best thing you could do. So, but anyhow, going back to the NHL, I was telling you the seasons are. I mean, the season's just amazing. With the Pittsburgh Penguins, really shocking news. They're not having a good season. We have the Rangers having a good season, the Hurricane, the Flyers, the Islanders. I mean, a lot of good teams. I told you earlier, the Bruins, the Florida Panthers, the Maple Leafs. There's a lot of good teams out there, guys. And like you said, anything can happen. So I'm hoping that the Panthers will bring a Stanley Cup to Florida this year. They do have the team. You have the Stars also having a good year. The Jets having a good year. Also, the Avalanche having a good year. The Canucks having a good year. The Oilers, the Kings. Pretty amazing, guys. Pretty amazing. That's your NHL right there. And if you like NBA, well, I'm a Laker fan. Not too happy with the Lakers, but you know they won yesterday 123 to 122 against the Bucks. So, and I look at the standings on that one. The Eastern, you got the Celtics with a great record of 48 and 14. The Cavaliers is amazing with a 41 and 22 record. So it's a lot of even NBA is interested. The Bucks are 41 and 23. That comes the Knicks, the Magic, and the Heat. And of course you got the Timberwolves also, 44 and 19 record. I'm sorry, Timberwolves at 44 and 20 record, and the Thunders are 44 and 19. The Nuggets are 43 and 20. Clippers are 40 and 21. I mean, a lot of good teams. Lakers are actually 35 and 30. So, but once again, that's your NBA. And if you like Major League Baseball, well, spring training almost what 1 more week, 2 more weeks going for spring training, and the regular season will start. On the Orioles, I mean, they're having a good spring too. So, which spring training don't mean anything because spring training is just practice. But it's amazing what they got, guys. Their lineup, their pitching, everything. So, well, the chat's open. Anybody out there have something to say? Go ahead, guys. I'm willing to answer your question. So, but once again, I'm happy all you guys to join in. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You also got spring training baseball today. If you want to know if your team is playing, I'll tell you the Nationals playing. The Nationals are playing the Astros today at 12:05. The Orioles play the Braves at 1:05. The Yankees play the Twins. The Mets play the Cardinals. The Pirates play the Tigers. The Blue Jays play the Phillies. Angels play the Guardians. The Athletic play the Giants. Rockies at Cubs. Diamondbacks at Royal. Rangers at Dodgers. White Sox at Padres. And then Reds at Diamondback. And then Mariners and Brewers. Then the split squad Brewers and the Athletic. And then Red Sox again against the Ray. And then the Marlins and the National. That's your baseball spring training today. Can anybody tell me about the fight about Mike Tyson? Who do you like between Mike Tyson and Paul? Any comments out there? There's rumors out there, especially in the NFL. Uh, I don't think Derrick Henry it's likely to return with the Titans. I don't think the door's completely shut, but he's looking for a job. I mean, I think his best fit was with Miami Dolphins. Another NFL rumors is the NFC contender call for Bill Belichick about coordinator job. You know, then you have NFL rumor of Christian Wilkins, high priority for the Cardinals. And then you have rumor Darius Williams to meet with the Giants at free agency. So a lot of rumors out there, guys. A lot of stuff going on there. Yeah, I agree with you, Elvis. I like Tyson for sure. I agree with that, buddy. I appreciate that. One players that I'm worried about is Russell Wilson. Where will Russell Wilson end? Hopefully, rumors are to the Pittsburgh Steelers, which should be a good fit. Hopefully, Justin Field will end up in Atlanta. Yeah, I agree with that too, Elvis. That is so true. Yeah, we're talking about Tyson and Paul. These exhibition that they're doing in sport, in sports, especially in boxing nowadays. I know Mike Tyson's not in his prime, but like I say, Paul hasn't fight anybody that really that will suit him up, and I think this is going to be his challenge right here. You might say, I was seeing a video. I was telling one of my friends here on the videos, and I was seeing Tyson actually practice. I mean, he's in good shape. He's in amazing shape. You know, I'm looking for a knockout, but you know how this promotional thing goes. When there's money involved, anything could happen. So, but yeah, but I'm Tyson looks pretty solid, guys. So let's see what happens. If you like boxing, that's amazing. Going back to football a little bit, Mac Jones, the New England Patriots quarterback, man. There's a lot of teams out there that is interested of making the trade with New England or acquiring the guy. It's sad when you have a quarterback that haven't actually had nobody to play around with. I mean, I know you had Devante Parker. He had injury too, but I mean, the guy never had an offensive line, a solid offensive line. So you can't blame that quarterback. But let's see, that's another one. Then you have the former Bill center, Mitch Morse, expected to visit Jacksonville sometime this week. So let's see what happens. Like I say, football right now is in full swing, guys. I mean, players getting cut, players going to different teams. Very amazing what's going to happen in football this year. I can tell you that. Don't know who your team is, but you could put that in your chat too. We could talk about your team, what I think about what I think about your team. So, I know we got 49er fans out there. We got Dolphin fan, Cleveland fan, Pittsburgh fan. You know, remember, we need fans, not fanatics. I know you get upset when your team lose. I do the same way, but remember, it's just a game. You can't take it serious. It's entertainment, guys. Entertainment in its best, I think. I will call it. The other trade rumor that I heard too, I forgot, is they wants the Commanders for Sam Howell to the Denver Broncos. Man, Sam Howell's a good quarterback. I mean, you have great quarterbacks. Even the guy that signed for the Cincinnati Reds, he's a great quarterback. That Browning guy, I'm glad he signed back with the Cincinnati because he's a good quarterback. Yeah, you got Mitchell out there too, so he's a good backup quarterback. Another question I have for you guys: what do you think is going to happen to to the quarterback for the for the Dallas Cowboys. Is he going to be signed? Is Jerry Jones going to pull a wallet and sign the quarterback? That's another thing that it's kind of tough right now, guys. These quarterbacks are actually look at Tua. We're waiting for Tua, see if he's going to get signed. You know, some of these negotiation has come down, but what about Dak? I mean, he can make a difference in another team. You never know. You know. Then you got Joe Flacco that played for Cleveland last year, and he wants to come back and play. He said he feels good that he could play a season. Imagine this guy was watching football from his chair before he got called up for Cleveland, and he did a heck of a job. I mean, they made the playoffs, which is amazing. You got to give credit where credit is due. You know, but I can see Dallas. I mean, Dallas got an issue. Miami has an issue, and I won't say issue. It's just they got to get the team going. They got to sign these players. They got to put these players in position before the season starts. I know it's still a long way to do, but because I tell you, you got free agency, then you got draft picks. The only thing I don't understand as a Dolphin fan, Mike Greer, and like I said, he could pull a rabbit out of the hat. He did it with Tariq Hill when everybody got shocked. But once again, I say this: Miami had a good receiving core before Tariq Hill got there. Water was doing great, 1,000 yards a season. I think it was back to back 1,000 yards or close to it. But you know, no, not taking, like I said, not taking anything away from Tariq Hill, great wide receiver. But we need to get the team, all 11 men in the offense and all 11 in the defense to do it. But we have a question about the Cleveland Browns. I think the Browns will be okay. I think the Browns are going to be a good team this year coming up. The only thing is, everybody's in the middle of their contract structure of the actually budget that they got to have. But Cleveland didn't lose much. I mean, their team is intact. It's just the quarterback position. What quarterback it's going to play. Among when they signed Watson, all that money, so hopefully, you know, they could save from there and get themselves a quarterback. Like I said, they're a good team. I believe Cleveland is a good team. You know, it's finally, Cleveland deserved to, especially the city, deserved to see them. Last year, go to the playoffs. It's been a long time, guys. I know how that feels. I'm a Dolphin, and we haven't won a playoff game in 20 years. So, you know, take that for granted. But you gotta be happy for Cleveland, man, how far they went. You know, and like I said, that division is going to be pretty good too. That division with Pittsburgh and Cleveland and Baltimore, that's going to be a heck of a division now this year. I think Pittsburgh's going to be good, depending who they pick in as quarterback. Like I said, you got Russell Wilson. You mentioned Russell Wilson in Cleveland. That'd be great too. So, and the reason why I don't say Russell Wilson in Miami is because if that's the case, he'll be a backup quarterback. And Russell is a starter anywhere in the NFL. So, unfortunately, it didn't win too well in Denver. And if you look at lately, with the Denver Broncos, no quarterback has been doing well, down there since I think Manning was a quarterback. It's pretty sad, guys. You're welcome, Elvis. One thing about sports, guys, like I say one more time, you're supposed to love your team. I know you fight for your team, but like I say, it's entertainment. We all want our team to do well, and I understand that part. We want them to do well, but at the same time, man, sometimes you fall, you pick yourself up, or your team will help you up, pick you up, and that happens. That's normal, guys. That's part of sports. And once again, one thing I don't like is when these cuts come through, and you pick these players, and I hope you sign players to put them in position so you could win. You don't sign a player just to put them in the roster and then have them standing on the sideline. That's why I tell you, I agree with a 53-man roster. Once you get a 53-man roster, try to use your players. Okay, try to use your players you can. Okay, so you could develop them and become a future star. Now, some makes it in the NFL. Let me tell you the truth. When NFL comes in and you see a playbook, some of these guys don't understand the playbook. But I remember I told you in a while some of the podcasts before, schemes of the NFL, schemes of all these NFL teams are different. And you have different types of quarterback, mobile, pocket quarterback, things that you look that they want to build your team around your team to be successful. If you got a coach that he coaches a pocket quarterback, I don't think you should have a running quarterback in your team. That's my opinion. Once again, everybody has different opinion. So just think about that. So the schemes are different. Coaches are different. I mean, look what McDaniel did with Tua. Okay, now I'm not taking nothing away from Flo. Everybody says, "Well, Flo was a good coach." Well, he was a good coach, but he was a good defensive coach because Miami defense back then was pretty good. But if you look at it now, I mean, they got, you know, they signed Weaver, the defensive coordinator Weaver from the Baltimore Ravens. So we're going to see difference. Okay, but now Weaver's going to bring his players in. Okay, so we cut Xavier Howard. Agla got released. So you look at all this, you say, wow, I mean, who do we have? Yeah, well, remember, we got Chubbs coming out of injuries. We got, what's the other guy name? Sealer. The guy signed a contract too. Van Ginkel also had injury. He's coming back. So you put players in position, and that's going to be interesting in the NFL. And that's for no every team. You know, Try to use your 53-man roster so you can build it and build the team. Remember Zach Thomas. They say he was not going to make it. Too small linebacker. He doesn't have the size. The guy is a Hall of Famer. So, who are we to judge and see these players? Some of these players could come out as superstars, you know? And let's be honest, some of these players also ruin their lives and ruin their situation when they get into things that, when they think about pride and getting things in their system and, making all this good money. You just hit the field and play the field and have fun, man. See, football is fun. And that's what McDaniel, I think, brought to the Dolphins. It's just everybody. I think he's one of the coolest, probably, coaches I ever seen. And you hear some critics. Let's be honest. Hear some critics of people saying, "Hey, man, the guy's actually should be a hard guy. He should be getting in these player faces." That's not the way it works, guys. That's not the way it works. Sometimes you gotta have patience with these players. If you're not good enough, then you don't need to be in this league, and that's understandable. Either they trade you, they cut you, they let you go. But let's be honest, how many times we see players being cut from the Dolphins and make it to the Super Bowl with another team? So, you know, and that includes all personnel and all that. And not because I'm only talking about Miami Dolphins. I'm talking about all NFL in general. You know, you build a team from scratch. You try to put players in position where they belong. Running backs, wide receiver, tight ends. See, Miami doesn't use tight end. They let Gasicki go. So my question is, why did they got the guy from Atlanta? Well, they got him from one thing, for blocking. He's a good blocker. Okay, so that's going to help Tua in the offensive line. Now we let Hunt go to try a free agency. Okay, but you have to build the offensive line for your quarterback to be good, regardless of what quarterback it is out there. If you don't have an offensive line, you can't succeed in the NFL. Period. You know, I think Miami's set in running backs, and I'm talking about Miami. I think Cleveland is set in running backs. I think Dallas got a good running back. You know, the Giants, of course, with Barkley now going free agency, that's going to be another test for them. Maybe go through the draft and get themselves a running back. And this is where teams like the Saints and Tampa Bay, Tampa, like right now they signed Evans, and Evans says, "Man, I would like to have Baker Mayfield come back." I mean, he had a great season in Tampa. To replace Brady and then to come in to replace. I mean, he did a great job, guys. So you give credit what credit is due again. I mean, it's amazing how these guys, and that's when they change and they go to different teams and you see their schemes from these coaches and they build these players up to become what they are. And maybe that's a good fit. Remember when he was in Cleveland? Oh, he wasn't that good. He wasn't. Well, maybe he was good. What wasn't good was the coach that was coaching it. So, you know, but that happens. That's part of football. That's all it is. Well, guys, any question you guys have out there, man? Like I say, I'm here to answer you anything you guys have. Like I say, it's an open chat room here, man. You can start entering your question in the comment section. I know this is lunchtime. I mean, most of you guys probably lunch, having your lunch at home. Enjoy your lunch. Have a blessed lunch. So, any topics you guys want to talk about, anything is on your mind, you go ahead, you hit the chat. I could talk to you guys and let you know what anything you want to hear, anything you want to know. Guys, I'll be I think weekdays on YouTube on Sports Night with Jorge. It's gonna be on weekdays. I'm gonna try to get something called a wrap up on the weekend. Whatever I speak the rest of the week on Friday, I do a complete wrap up and of all the stuff that we had discussed during the week. I'm trying to the weekends is kind of hard because you don't get much information on the weekend. And most of all, I'm also a full time employee, so I know some of you guys are at home and some of you guys are working. So I try to bring in the most information that I can to you guys. Hopefully, I'll get more stuff during the week. Like I say, I do work a full time job. Most of the stuff I get information, I get it through emails or text messages or information that I get. So you know, and of course, sports is kind of big out there. There's so many sports channels, so many sports things. I just try to bring the more accurate that it could be. I don't want to say something that's going to come back and backfire me and to give you the wrong information. I gotta wait till it's really official before I go out there and give it out. You know, be sure that I'm giving out the right information. It's like Xavier Howard. They said they cut him. Well, he's not going to get cut after I think the draft, either the draft or the free agency, and that's going to save Miami $18 million. But he's actually cut. He said goodbye to Miami. So but unfortunately we have to wait till that happens, and then that's going to help the Dolphins with the salary cap. So a lot of teams with the cap is still high out there. They got probably what one more week to get this done. You know, and like I say, I think a lot of GMs will structure their player their player contracts. Of course, if they allow it. Some players do not allow it and just they say, hey man, just cut me and let me go. But some players they do structure the contract, and sometimes structure is not bad at all. Okay, so it's not bad at all. Just to give you a heads up. And that's another thing. If you've seen the franchise tags, there's a lot out there too. You know, Buccaneer plays franchise tag on safety Antonio Winfield Jr. Panther plays franchise tag on linebacker Brian Burns. Chief plays franchise tag on cornerback Julius Sneed. I mean, because the moment they said that he was going to the Dolphins, oh man, he has the opportunity to go to the Dolphins. These tags, guys, on these players. So I know that the team don't want to lose the best what they have, but sometimes that's what you have to do to keep it and then see what happens. You know, One thing I don't want to see this year, and not that I agree or disagree with it, but the practice squads. You know, we get these players from the practice squad, and you think it's a good thing to help the team, which is a good thing because if you got injuries, you could put somebody there. But sometimes, man, they can snatch your good player from your practice squad. and that puts you in the bind. That's something I'm not too crazy about. So, you know, I remember Kirk Cousins is still out there. I think he's one of the top free agents leader. Hopefully, he'll join the team. Somewhere they said that he was going to re-sign with the Vikings. But that's another thing, guys. Would you sign somebody that had the Achilles injuries? You're going to put yourself in position, you know? I mean, it's tough when you do that. When you put yourself in position when somebody had an Achilles injury, it's not the same person, not the same thing. Same thing with the Jets, with Brett Favre. I said it on my show too, my podcast show and sports show. I mean, if I was the Jets, I would not sign them. I think I'll get that money and I'll build my team up. Maybe you guys start from scratch. You know, it's not easy, guys. You know, Dolphin. That's what Dolphin did. Rebuild. You know, but now the Dolphins are not in the rebuild mode. Now they have to win it all. Unfortunately, that's the truth. So another update too. It's the Eagle agreed to terms with Brandon Graham on 1 year contract. Defensive end set to play his 15th season with the Phillies. Wow. And here's the news that I broke up earlier about Buccaneers wide receiver hopes to get Baker Mayfield back. He's an elite quarterback. So imagine, here we go about elite quarterback. I discussed that about too. You know, he didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but Evans thinks he's an elite quarterback. I mean, this is what you need for your team. You know, somebody that you need a leader in your team, guys. You need somebody to lead your team. So, well, go ahead, guys. The chat's open. Any more questions for anybody? Don't be free to ask or to say anything in the chat. I can hear the rain out here, man. The rain's coming so hard. Hey, let me shout out to Wavy, man. The guy's amazing. Uh, he does some great graphics. Anything you need, you could chat with me. He makes some good graphics and all that. He's a very smart guy, man. Anything you need, let me know on this chat. What kind of graphics you're looking? What kind of things you're looking for? You know, he has a good price on them too. So, you know, just let me know. We'll get together after the chat, whatever. Let me see who's out there from Florida, who's out there from Dallas, anywhere from Atlanta, Georgia. Anybody out there? Tell me how you're feeling today. How's the weather down there? I know you got some people in the chat. Don't be afraid to make a comment, guys or girls. Got anybody out there? Come on, guys. Don't be afraid, man. Make your comments in the chat. You know, hopefully we take off soon with this, man. We're gonna make this interesting and fun. That's all it is, just having fun with it, guys. Anything in your mind? Any thoughts in your mind? Anything you want to speak? Sports? Anything's in your mind? We can speak. Give me a second, guys. Try to an- Try to answer some couple of emails here. Give me a second. There it is. I'm back already, guys. Sorry for that. All right. Man, this weather is coming. I can hear the rain from my from my from my studio here. The weather don't look too good, but that's okay. God's good. You know, the video is going. That's a good thing. I know there's people out there in the chat. You could chat whatever you want. Baseball, football, basketball, NBA. It's open, guys. Let me tell you guys, going back to spring training baseball, man, it's amazing uh how the Orioles are doing in spring training. They're 12-2. It's just, and I know it's spring training. The Braves are second at 7-5. Then you got the Mets at 7-5. And like I said, it's spring training, and the Marlins are 3-6. You know, it's amazing, man. The Dodgers are 10-3. Kansas City Royals are 10-4. Seattle is 3-10. Like I said earlier, also on my podcast, you got a lot of baseball team that's going to shock a lot of you guys out there. Teams that you say, wow, it's finally seeing teams that has been in the bottom cell and they're coming up, and these youngsters, and they're building their teams. Actually, they're building their confidence in the team, and they're doing. they're doing the best they can just to win games. The pitching, hitting, fielding. I mean, it's just amazing how these teams are going to wake up. I mean, the Orioles. I was shocked at spring training. You know, which I know spring training don't mean nothing to anybody, but it's just amazing what you see now in baseball. You know, but you can see the teams like the Royals, the Pittsburgh Pirates, teams that really going to shock you. You say, "Wow, I didn't see that coming," and that's what happened. Hey guys, anything out there? What's on your mind? Go ahead. It's free to go ahead and speak now. You know, there's nothing wrong if you want to speak on something else. That's okay. You know, 'You got baseball fans out there, football fans out there. Gotta have something out there, guys. Don't be afraid to speak in the chat. Actually, we got like 19 more minutes. I'm gonna make it a 1 hour chat, so hopefully you guys got time to chat in there. So anything you want to say? We got 18 more minutes, guys. Anything you want to say out there? Anything you want to speak? Don't be afraid to speak, guys. Don't be afraid, man. Anything you have to say? Anything you want to speak about sports? Like I say, I'll be doing a live chat. I'm gonna try to do it once a week if it's possible, depending depending how it goes. You know, it's a learning process. Like I said, this is a learning process. I mean, I enjoy what I'm doing. I love sports. Like I say, Dolphin fan, Panther fan, Laker fan, Oriole fan when it comes to baseball. But I love sports all in general. So, don't be afraid to tell me who you like in baseball, football. You know, I know it's Saturday. A lot of people still sleeping. It's okay. All right, guys, I got 15 more minutes. Just tell me what's on your mind. And do you want to speak? Go ahead. I'm wide open. Don't worry. Don't be ashamed. Like I say, I love sports. I'm a fan, not a fanatic, but I'm a fan. So I love what I do. And like I say, it's a learning process for me. So hopefully I could touch a lot of people in this world. As a believer. You know, stay positive. Don't let no negativity. Don't let no negativity actually put you in spots that you don't want to be in. But leaving the guy up there, man. Be strong, be bold. Don't let pride get to you. You know, every day we have a challenge in life. Just take it day by day. Like I said previous to my podcast, what happened yesterday happened yesterday. What happens tomorrow, we don't know what's gonna come, but we sure could enjoy today, what today is. And you gotta be very optimistic about it. You know, build yourself up every day, guys. You have to build yourself up every day. You know, all it takes is a snap of a finger, and that's it. You know, your miracle will come. Just stay positive. Always remember in sports, you're gonna have always people negative, people talking bad about things about their players and all that. I don't do that at all. So now we had a breaking news. The Browns and Broncos reportedly trading former first round wide receiver Jerry Jeudy to Cleveland in exchange for a draft pick. Wow. So Jerry went to the Cleveland Browns, the wide receiver. So that just came in. See, like I tell you, sometimes you get news just like that out of nowhere. So that news just came out. So, but going back to what I was telling you guys, man, you know, take everything for granted, and there's some things you cannot take for granted. But one thing you do take for granted is your life. Your life is important. It's very important, especially to Jesus Christ, guys. You know, I know people disagree and don't agree with me, and like I say, I respect everybody' opinion and religion. I don't get involved in that. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not here to put nobody in position either. You know, I'm just a positive person, and I try to keep myself, in the right track. And most of us think, most of all us think that we're going down the wrong path, and we're not, because God is a God of opportunity. He gave us chances in life to move on. You know, remember, down the road we're gonna have little, trials and tribulations, but that's gonna happen, guys, because that's the test that God gives us. How well is your faith? So, I'm not preaching out there to nobody, but if I am, I mean, I hope God, touches your heart today, and we got to be different. We got to love one another, guys. Despite sports, that's why when I make my sportcast, it's talking positive about these players. I always say this: these players go home to a family, the same way we go home to our family at the end of the day when we finish our jobs. It is important. You know, I'm happy to say that I'm a grandpa. For two, from a girl and a boy. You know, I got my kids. Sometimes you don't have the best relationship with your family, but you know what? What's possible, make it now. You know, there's repent and forgiveness, and that's one thing I tell everybody. You know, if we do that on a daily basis, you see the change of your life, man. You know, not judging one another, but loving one another, helping each other out, lifting, ourselves up every day, and stay positive. And I understand some people says, man, but you don't know how hard it is. Oh, but trust me, I know how hard it is. But if I stay positive and I believe in the guy up there, I have no problem. You know why? Because I know he has my back. And there's nobody better to have your back than the guy up there. I can tell you that right now. But once again, I'm gonna go back with sports. That's why in sports, I see these players at the end of the day, and they go to their family after they finish a football game, a baseball game, a hockey game. You know, it's like a job, guys. It's like a business. You know, like I say once again, there's fan and fanatics. Just be a fan, not a fanatic, man. You know, sports is entertainment, and we all love it. I love it too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna judge it. I love my team. They lose, you get mad. Yeah, you get upset. Well, I don't get upset anymore. It's just a game. You know, the good thing about all this, there's always another day. Tomorrow's another day. You know. So anyhow, we got left 10 more minutes. Uh, I hope those words that I gave somebody out there, hopefully, not me, but God has touched your heart this, today's and lift you up. I mean, I don't know the situation that you guys or you girls are in, but you gotta stay positive, guys. Stay positive. This is a positive show, and I try to keep it that way. You know, there's a lot of competition when it comes to sports, and there is. Okay, uh, I'm here. I'm not here competing with anybody. I say I started this show just to have fun. You know, communicate with people out there, have fun with people out there. You know, I don't look at things that no other way different. You know, I love everybody the same. And I mean, I shout out for my family. I shout out for my wife family. You know, they're great people. They're loving people. And the most important thing, they have a relationship with Jesus. And that's what counts at the end of the day. Not judging anybody. Not saying you don't have one. I'm not saying that you got to have one, because that's up to you. The saying that said, you can lead the horse to the water, you can't force it to drink it. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. But once again, we talk sports, but I always put my God first, especially on my podcast, either the beginning of the show or the ending of the show. So just stay encouraged, man. That's it. When you got opportunity to go home and hug your wife, your kids, your friends, the best thing you could do, guys. You know, sometimes it's kind of hard, but you got to do it, and you're gonna feel that peace in your heart. I mean, you feel that peace in your heart already. So you know. But anyhow, we got 8 more minutes. I know you guys out there, guys. You know, I know you out there. I could stay a little bit longer if you want. I have no problem with it. If you have any questions, anything, guys, I would like to keep it longer, but like I said, we having a weather issue here. They just announced a tornado to 2 o'clock in Pooler. So, and actually, I'm in Georgia, so just let you guys know. So, but once again, I leave that to God. All right. So, anybody out there? Anybody have to say something? Anybody have to have a comment or something, guys? Man, free. Go ahead, man. It's wide open, man. Don't be afraid. I know you got people out there watching, and if you are watching, come on, just join in. You know, like I say, I'm not doing this for competition. I'm doing this for fun, and hopefully, down the road, this will get bigger for God, not for me. You know, so we got 6 minutes. I could wait a little bit longer if anybody wants to join in. I don't mind. You know, I know a lot of people focus in sports. I love sports, like I said once again. I love sports. I get a lot with it. I like to interact with people. We're fans. One thing I'm not gonna get into any argument with you guys because, like I said, at the end of the day, you guys have your opinion. I got mine, and I respect that. I really do. I truly do. But like I said, once again, man, you gotta love your team, man. Regardless, these are players. These are human beings. They're going to work just like you work 9 to 5. They'll go into a practice field and get ready to play on Sunday. That's football. Baseball plays almost every day. do the same thing. It's just a job. That's all it is. The most important thing is your relationship with God. And that's okay. Like I said, sometimes people don't have it, but that's okay. That's fine. You have your rights and I got mine. And that's fine with me. I don't get upset with that, guys. You know, at the end of the day, we all know what we're doing. We're old enough to know what we're doing. So, but like I say, I always say this in my show, man. I love you guys regardless. I don't care what it is. I love you guys. I mean, I got a good heart. I'm a good person, and so is my family, and also my wife's family. We all have a good heart. We have a passion. I got a passion for sports. Some people have passion for other things that they like. Art. Craft. That's great, guys. That's real great. That's amazing. See, that's the gift that God gave us. Just that we're gifted and we just don't know it. We really don't know it. So, but anyhow, I got 5 minutes, but I'll still stay in the air a little bit more. I mean, just in case somebody wants to join in and had any comments to say, anything they want to say. I mean, like I said, don't be afraid. Don't be scared to ask any question. Don't be like I said. I try to be very very positive as I can. You know. So go ahead and join in. Don't be afraid, man. Like I said, don't be afraid. Any questions, anything you want to ask, go ahead. Like I said, I'm here to answer as the best I could do. Any questions you have in sports or anything else you got in your mind. You know, but I think this channel is going to bring more sports than actually it's going to bring more love than sports. So who knows, guys? You know, like I said, sports just entertainment, guys. Just entertainment. That's all it is. You got fishing too. People like fishing. I haven't fished in a while, but I love fishing. You got fishing, boating, car racing. I mean, it's a lot of things. A lot of things that and I'll tell you the truth. I have watched all kind of sports, from horse to car racing to tennis, pinball, the Olympics. Like I said, this is a sports show, so it's not only just the Miami Dolphins. People think it's just the Miami Dolphins. I am a fan, but it's not only the Dolphins. I'll bring as much as information that I can to you guys, so you guys can have it. So, but yeah, guys, I got 3 minutes, but like I say, I'll stay a little bit longer if I get anybody in the chat. It's okay. I mean, I don't mind. I could be streaming as long as I want. I just want to see if you guys are out there. And I know you guys are out there, so come on with the chat. Have your questions, whatever. So, and once again, like I said, the weather here is kind of tough, but it's okay. We're holding up. Thank you, Jesus. We're holding up. 2 more minutes, guys. I want to thank those of the people that were watching. That started watching me this today at 12 o'clock. Thank you those that also was in the chat. My sister, my friend also at work. Everybody that were in the chat. I appreciate that, guys, for you joining in. You know, like I say, it's a new experience. I'll stay here a little longer if anybody wants to join in. It's okay. Like I said, it's not as bad as you think it is, but you know, you could join in. So, any question in the chat, you can bring it in. I answer any question you need in the chat, guys. I know we got a lot of sports fans out there in Atlanta, in Georgia, in Miami. I know we have a lot of fans, you know. And some of you guys that haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, man. I tell you, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great, man. You know, and those likes and those views. I mean, it helps a lot, guys. It really do. I got about 45 subscribers now since I started. I think it's been 3 weeks now. So, I got about 30, 40 videos already out there. Uh, I was speaking about Tua. I was speaking about Dolphins. I speak about the Braves, the baseball. I think spoken about the Atlanta Falcons. Little issues. I'm trying to get as much information as I get to get a podcast, a sport podcast, so everybody could join in and interact and have fun with it. You know, get your opinion, your information. So I want to thank Elvis for joining in. It was a blessed time with you guys. But I'm still on the air, so in case somebody wants to chat something, guys, you could bring it in, man. Don't be afraid, guys. I'm still here on the chat, so I'm live and well and doing this for you guys, man. So, any comments in the chat? Go ahead. I appreciate it, guys. And once again, those that were watching, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, guys. Hanging with me for this time. I hope you guys enjoy it, really. So, I'm gonna stay a little bit longer, see if I get anybody in line here to chat or anybody wants to have any questions. Free and go ahead, no problem. You know, like I say, man, love sports. I know there's people sports out there. You could go into a sports night with Jorge, and you could hit the subscription button and subscribe. You get as much information you're gonna get as it comes along. You'll get it from your team, from your baseball team, football team, baseball team, any team, NHL. You get in and you'll be fine, guys. I'll try to get the most information if you need from the Boston Bruins, from the Florida Panthers, from the Flyers, from New York, anybody. I mean, just go ahead and join in. And I say thank you so much for everybody, man. Those that came in early with me today. I mean, I did start a little bit early. I know the weather's kind of tough down here tonight. I mean, today, sorry. But yeah, guys. I mean, like I said, I love you guys, man. Just don't be afraid to hit the subscription, subscribe button and hit the likes. Hit the thumbs up, man, if you like it. If you like the video, if you didn't like the video, that's okay. Like I say, I don't get criticism. I don't. I'm a positive person, like I tell you guys. I just want to keep everybody in the same mode, everybody happy, everybody enjoying it. So, you know, like I said, I mean, I'll give it up a little bit longer after that, so you could join in. So I'll give it time, a little bit of time. And once again, I say it again. Thank you so much for those that joined in with me today at 12 o'clock. I appreciate that. Stay long enough with me on the chat. That was so nice and kind of you guys, man. I respect that, guys and girls who've been on the line. So We have any more comments out there? Any more suggestions you guys think? Anything that we need to improve on the program, on the show? Go ahead. Like I say, I'll take any kind of advice. Those who like it, give me thumbs up. Those who have fun with it, give me thumbs up. I mean, like I said, any subscribers out there like to subscribe, go ahead. You know, like I said, guys and girls, I do this for fun, man. I do this for lack of respect. Having courage to do this. I mean, I appreciate you guys. You know, I get these things about people uh having a gold, and when they have a goal, they said that, man, it's hard to reach that goal. That's what I always say. When you have a dream, fulfill that dream. Don't give up. Go forward with that dream. You know, there's so many chances, opportunity in life, man, that we walk away from, and we don't take advantage of it. The doors is open there, the windows open. Take the opportunity advantage. When it's there. You know, so that's one thing I tell everybody. Try to reach for your goal. So, but anyhow, keep a couple more minutes, and I'll be shutting down. You know, like I say again, thank you so much for those that joined the chat, and the video will be seen on YouTube later on today. Those who want to see it, you know, it's like almost an hour and 10 minute long. So enjoy the video, guys. I'm gonna say once again, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys joining in once again. I can't say no more, man. You guys have been amazing. Thank you again for the subscribers. Thank you again for those that were watching. And you know what? Stay positive, guy. And once again, I'll see you on the next chat. Have a blessed day and thank you so much. God bless you all. Thank you.